developer, CLD and CLAD. I'm working in TCS from 2007. I have completed my graduation from Sri Guru Gobind Singh Ji Institute of Engineering and Technology, Nanded, which is in Maharashtra. I have completed my diploma course from Government Polytechnic Amravati, Maharashtra, and my stream is Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering. And today I'm going to talk about job opportunities in LabVIEW. What are the job opportunities? What are the futures? So in this, you will get to know about LabVIEW, a brief introduction of it, where LabVIEW is used, how it is being used, and how it is being used in TCS and other companies also, and other job opportunities in LabVIEW. So yeah, let's start with the introduction of LabVIEW. So what is a LabVIEW? It is a laboratory virtual instrument engineering workbench. It is a graphical programming environment which has widely spread throughout research labs, education systems and industries. It is a very powerful and versatile analysis and instrumentation software system for experiment and automation. Graphical programming language called G programming is performed using a graphical block diagram that compiles into machine code, which reduces lots of syntactical error details. Now, unlike the traditional programming languages like C, C++, Java, programming is executed in terms of text. But LabVIEW is not just a programming environment. It offers more than coding platform. And it is interactive program development system, which is specifically designed for people like scientists, engineers, researchers. Uh, so if LabVIEW environment works on all the computers like Windows, Mac, Linux, programs created on this LabVIEW environment can be executed on the platform like Microsoft Pocket PCs, digital microprocessors, signal processors, FPGAs, etc. If you are from electronics background, you should know about what are the platforms on which LabVIEW is using currently. The test and the measurement applications or the control applications, we can see that LabVIEW can be divided into three key components. So LabVIEW can firstly the LabVIEW can acquire the data. The second one is it can analyze the data, and the third one is it can present the data. So all these three functions LabVIEW can alone do it at a time. So if we go to acquire data, so let's see about how LabVIEW is acquiring data. LabVIEW can acquire data using devices like GPIBs, serial, Ethernet, PXI, PXS instruments, motion control, data acquisitions, image acquisitions, real-time PDAs, PLCs, etc. These are the instruments where LabVIEW uses this instrument to acquire data. Now, if we are going to the topic of analyzing data, then LabVIEW includes analysis of the data using the functions like differential equations, curve fitting, calculus, linear algebra, statistics, and so on. So ExpressVS, if you know about ExpressVS is specially designed for measurement analysis. It includes filtering and spectral analysis, harmonic analysis and peak detection, filtering, windowing. Other things are tools which are provided by LabVIEW for signal processing. So, sorry. Now we'll go to represent. So it is presenting the data. It includes the tools. It includes the tools to represent the data on a computer, like tools like graphs, charts, tables, gauges, 3D controls, 3D graphs, meters, tanks, code generation. We can say, if we want to share the current, yes, represent the data on the web. Then we can use web services of LabVIEW. We can use data sockets, remote panels, TCP/IP to represent the data over the internet. Uh, Now, LabVIEW can communicate with hardware such as data acquisition, vision and motion control devices, GPIBs, PXIs, RS-232, RS-485 devices. Also, LabVIEW has a built-in function for connecting your application to the web using the LabVIEW web server or software standards like ActiveX. So, if we can say like whether we are going to represent data on any platform, we can able to do that. So these were the three main components which we have discussed about LabVIEW. So it can acquire data, it can analyze data, and it can present data too. So let's move to the next slide where LabVIEW is being used. Okay. So LabVIEW, firstly I can say that you can create lots and lots of applications using LabVIEW. You can create test application, measurement application, instrument control applications, data logging applications, report generation applications. These are the types of applications we can create using LabVIEW alone. Now let's move to the actual use of LabVIEW, actual industrial use of LabVIEW. LabVIEW can be used to perform a huge number of mathematical and logical functions, which includes basic arithmetic, if-else conditions, and case statements, condition statements, filtering, PID control loops, etc. There are huge libraries of functions we can use in LabVIEW. You can also interface a code developed in other languages in LabVIEW through DLLs. We can create DLLs of MATLAB, or we can create DLLs of .NET assemblies, and then we can run it on LabVIEW using DLL functions, constructor nodes. Another unique capability that LabVIEW offers is real-time compilation, and the ability to execute this function block, which requires development of a test case. Means we can say like after completing our code, we directly start running it without having any interpreter or compiler. It, it is by default, it is inbuilt real-time compiler. LabVIEW has a real-time compiler. Each LabVIEW function is designed with user interfaces so you can interact with your code immediately after you have written it. So once you have completed your code, just see the error is not there, then you can directly start running it. So there is no time to compile. There is no such time to compile the code. You can directly run it. So compilation time also removes. We can. Now let's go point by point. The first industrial use of LabVIEW is automated manufacturing test. Manufacturing test systems are used to verify your product, whether it is within the specifications given before it leaves your factory, before it leaves your industry or plant. The main drivers for manufacturing tests are usually test consistency or error reduction to increase the proficiency or reliability. Then going to next is automated product validation. So product validation, it is like it is used during the design process to validate that the product is working fine or intended as it's required before production begins. Actually, it begins to develop or manufacture. Now, the main driver to automate this product validation is that the number of dimensions which is needed to swept across can be large and take lots of time to analyze both the analyze the data and collect it. Okay. It might be somewhat hard to understand. I know, but it is a industrial use of LabVIEW. Then the third one, we can say control or monitoring of industrial equipments and processes. Uh, yeah. The main the drivers using LabVIEW for industrial embedded applications are very rapid, has very rapid prototyping, and it has development using uh, hardware tight tolerance and timing or high speed signals. It can acquire or we can say it has high tolerance time or acquisition of a high speed signals. Now let's move to the last point, condition monitoring. The drivers for conditioning monitoring are generally either reliability, either improving machine reliability or reducing maintenance cost. So these were the uses, these were the industrial uses of LabVIEW. Let's move to next slide. How does LabVIEW interact with the real world? Now, there are four ways, we can say, identified four ways that software is dealing with the real world. The first one is GUI. You know, if you have seen LabVIEW, then you know how easily accessible the GUI is. The GUI can work on standard monitors or touch panels. It is very easy building a GUI. A normal developer can build a GUI too. Anyhow, for GUI, they have a different person to design a GUI. But in a real time, if you want just a program to run, then we can also design our GUI. Then,
Ma'am, one
yes.
question. What is the meaning of GUI? GUI.
So,
GUI. What is the meaning of
user
GUI?
interface, graphical user interface.
Ma'am, what is it, please? I want to know.
Yes, we can see if we are accessing any internet page. So whatever I am facing means whatever I am dealing with is GUI, but behind that GUI, actual programming is there. So while we are considering Java, if we are considering Java, then they don't have GUI there. They need a different platform to work GUI there. So if I'm talking about Java, Java is just a programming language or it is just a backend language. I can program it, but I cannot use GUI for that. I need HTML for GUI purpose in Java, but in LabVIEW GUI is graphical user interface. Means I have a different front panel and I have different block panel. Block diagram is for coding purpose and front panel is for user interface. I can click the buttons there. I can show indicators there, how my sensor is working there, how my indicator is showing that it is growing from zero. If I'm having a tank, it can go from 0 to 100 liters if it is having margins. Then we can show it on GUI. GUI is a graphical user interface. So, yes, is it clear?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. Now let's move to interfacing with lab instruments. Uh, Lab instruments like GPID, Ethernet, RS 232 or 485, 422, PXIs. These are all power supply, oscilloscopes, function generators. It can deal with all these lab instruments or equipments. LabVIEW is able to control acquired data from it and control the signals also. And this is like interfacing of lab equipments with hardware. We can do it. So this is like a dealing with the real world. In real world means we can interface our LabVIEW with this lab instruments. Now going with measuring a signal with NI hardware. So we can call it as NI hardware or we can directly call it as other companies hardware also. We can use LabVIEW with other hardwares also. Not only NI, NI is a national instruments company which has uh, created this LabVIEW, NI LabVIEW. Now, hardware can be analog or digital or whatever. For example, if I want to measure pressure, voltage, there are any number of signals we can measure. Flow, light, acoustics, current, voltage, vision, motion, magnetic field, etc. Are the signals we can measure through LabVIEW using a particular proper compatible hardware. Okay. Now let's move to controlling a signal. Let's consider we can control signals of analog or discrete both. If I want to run a DC motor, I can control it with a proper compatible hardware from LabVIEW. So it is a controlling of signal. So let's summarize this topic once again. How LabVIEW is dealing with real world. First is GUI. GUI is a basic thing which user wants in front of him, not a code. The second one is it can interface with equipments and lab equipments or lab instruments. And the third one is it can control the hardwares. It can control the signals of hardware and it can measure the signals from hardware. And let's move to the next topic. Yes, seniority or advantages of LabVIEW, we can say. Yes, let's. Multiple. It's a high-level development tool. Okay, so it develops faster application with specific development tools, which includes control system designs or simulation module and LabVIEW FPGA modules, etc. It is a very professional development tool. It manages large and professional applications, and it tightly integrates the all projects which is using in management tools. And also it has standardized source code. So it reduces cost. We can say preserves investment. A single computer which has a LabVIEW on it is used for countless application and purposes, for different purposes. It is a versatile product. Complete instrumentation libraries can be created for less than the cost of a single traditional or conventional instrument. It is very flexible tool. It is very scalable. Engineers and scientists can use it. It is made for those people only. Then if we say like connectivity and instrument control, LabVIEW has ready-to-use libraries for integrating standalone instruments like data acquisition devices, vision control devices, motion control devices, other hardware too. Now, these instruments we can directly use it like plug it and play instrument. So NI also has provided a platform, a proper platform like PXI chassis. If we use it, we can just plug and we can acquire data and we can control those hardware or sensors or indicators from these chassis. So yes, the next one is rapid development with Express technology. So we have Express VIs, which are which uh, yes, it creates a common measurement application. A rapid or Express VI is itself is a proper one VI which reduces our work. So these Express VIs are n number of Express VIs are there in LabVIEW that have created it to develop for a developer to make work of developer easy. Now, yes, these were the advantages of LabVIEW. So why LabVIEW? From this we can say like why LabVIEW? So it has a GUI which is very easy to operate, which is not available, which is not we can say yes available for in other languages like MATLAB or sorry like Java. Uh, yes. Now it also has quick access to. It also has quick access to well-defined virtual instruments. It's very easy to access hardware from LabVIEW. Yeah, these were the advantages. Now let's move to next topic is certifications in LabVIEW. Yeah, this is very important for you guys. Uh, there are three main certification courses are presently in LabVIEW, which is uh, which is conducted by NI or National Instruments. So CLD, and CLA. So I will tell you briefly about these three certifications. A CLAD, if we talk about it, is Certified LabVIEW Associate Developer. So this is a very basic level of certification course. It indicates you have a broad working knowledge of a LabVIEW. Also, its environment, where the functions are, where the controls are presented in right clicks, where you have basic understanding of coding and documentation also, and you also have to able to read the code and how the data flow is there, how to interpret the code, how to solve the code without running it. You should know about it. So this certification is for the people who has more than 6 months of experience in LabVIEW. If you are using LabVIEW more than 6 months, you can easily clear it.
Hello.
And this exam is of 40 marks, which needs to be solved in 1 hour. And I have started this online from April 2020, this year only. So if you are at first I was having their centers in every cities to conduct these exams, but they have started it online.
No,
So it is a very good opportunity for you guys to take this
मैं नहीं कोई
certifications
भी नहीं मैं आराम से
seriously.
मैं हफ्ते में कॉल करता हूँ
And it's very this CLAD is very easy to clear if you have
नो नो
good knowledge.
दोबारा नहीं हमारे
I'm
एचओडी
not
को मैंने
saying
दिखाया
better knowledge, I'm saying good knowledge about LabVIEW. And if you're planning to attend this exam, then please go through the questions which are provided online. There are n number of questions,
मैं
and
आपको कुछ देर में कॉल
this
करता
is
हूँ
actually
अभी मैं
multiple choice question
कनेक्ट
exam.
करा रहा हूँ
You can go online and search for CLAD question papers and material, preparation material. You can get easily. You will get easily. They have given you proper guidance and proper questions and answers. Yes. Now, CLD is a certified LabVIEW developer. It is a second level of LabVIEW exam. This exam ensures or defines that user has or developer has the ability to design and develop functional application while minimizing the developing time, and also has a proper style of documentation. Sorry. This certification is for people who has more than 1 to 2 years of experience in LabVIEW. Yes, if you are using it more than 1 year also, you can clear this exam. This exam consists of 40 marks for 4 hours. 15 marks is for functional program which you code. Other 15 marks is for LabVIEW standards which you follow, and other 10 marks is for documentation. So here documentation is very important in this exam. So if you are planning to attend this exam, then go to the NI site, search for the practice examples there. They have 15 to 20 examples of of this uh, timing related, time express related uh, practice examples are there. So you can practice it well. And this the code or the examples which they have provided there is plays very important role to clear this exam. So if you are not practicing that, so it means that if you are practicing, then it will increase your development speed also. So practice is very necessary in this, and you have to complete your exam in 4 hours, which is very difficult, I say, uh, because timing issues are there, and they have started it online. So sometimes, sometimes it may happen like Wi-Fi issues and net issues. Because I have gone through it, I have faced this issue of when I was giving my exam of CLD, I was having very slow internet, and it was very going very slow. That's why I was not able to complete the functions totally, but I was able to complete it 90%. So anyhow, I have cleared it. Yes. Now we'll go to CLA. So CLA is a third level of LabVIEW exam. It is a certified LabVIEW architect. Certified LabVIEW architect is a final step of this among these three LabVIEW. Among these three LabVIEW processes, this exam verifies that the developer has the ability to build a VI architecture or VI hierarchy level project, and also deliver the application with a fulfilling of high level of requirement, not a low level of requirement. This exam is not for coding purpose. This is to design an architect so that whatever the coder is there or whatever the developer is there, he should understand the requirement from the architecture, and he could able to solve it properly. So documentation is very important in this exam. So CLD is for coding level, and CLA is for architecture. So if you have any doubts about CLD, and this exam, so then you can ask me. Uh, if I'm saying why this certification is important, see, if I'm saying you that if everyone in this world, we imagine everyone has everything in this world. So we don't want people to be uh, get everything in like without having their passion, or effortlessly they will get things. We have to do hard work. We have to do dedicatedly to get the things done. So this is very important. But certifications, how we can say, like certifications build trust between between the people you are dealing with. The world is built on this relationship. We build on the trust. So the certification build trust that the person has this certification. The person who has the certification has a better knowledge than the person who is having not. So to build this trust, you need this certifications very well. Uh, yes. So these three certifications will definitely help you out in reaching at a better point in your job or in your career. Next, see job opportunity, which is topic about this. Now, job opportunity, yes. You see that LabVIEW is a niche skill. It is a niche software. Niche software means it is a software which using is being used very rarely, but it is very important. So when most of the companies have invested their time and energy to increase the overall productivity of the organization, there are a lot of job opportunities currently available in the market, where organizations do pay lot of salaries for experienced professionals in this area. Also, LabVIEW is used by most companies that manufacture hardware, or we can say product-based companies, especially which is responsible for testing that the product is designed correctly, uh, how it want, and the product works in a works before product should work properly before leaving the factory or company. It's also used in research. LabVIEW is used for other purposes as well. So these are the domain name of domain where the LabVIEW is using currently. So military or aerospace or defense, we can say. automotive, semiconductor, energy and power domains, medical devices, yes, telecom companies. These are the domains where Labview is using. Labview is generally used by engineers that are involved in testing the products that they design or manufacture. So even these engineers have currently, we can say, titles. They have titles of test engineer, manufacturing test engineers, validation engineers, mechanical, electrical engineers. These are the titles which are being used in product tech companies or industries. While if we are completing this list, then we should also know about what are the companies which is using LabVIEW currently, and it is on large scale. I'm telling you guys. In currently in India currently, Eaton company, Siemens, uh, Amazon, TCS, John Deere are the main companies, or Honeywell we can say are the main companies which is using LabVIEW currently. International level, analog devices, you know, this is a very big company which is using LabVIEW. Uh, then yes, I'm from TCS, so I will tell you how TCS is using LabVIEW. TCS has several projects which uses LabVIEW as their primary technology. I work in a project where LabVIEW is used for automation and simulating the control systems. Now, control systems works on VxWorks. We use NI, PXIs, NI controllers, DAC IO cards, discrete and analog IO modules, which is based on TCP/IP protocol. Our LabVIEW team works on a desktop application, which is a simulator. It is a simulator for control system. Communication protocols are used. Communication protocols are TCP/IP communication protocol, UDP, middle manager, if you know, then Ethernet. Yes, these are the communication protocol which is used to collect data from control system or send data to control system. Uh, we also use network streamer or UDP protocol for desktop to desktop communication. For desktop to control system communication, we use TCP/IP protocol, UDP protocols, MIL protocols. But for desktop to desktop communication, here we are using network streamer and UDP protocol. We also have Python as a secondary technology here. So LabVIEW is using Python scripts to give commands to control systems. So we give commands like reboot commands are there, some telnet commands are there which are used from LabVIEW but written in Python and to control the control system. Uh, we call Python scripts from execution VI in LabVIEW. So these are the job opportunities currently present in this is a yes. Now let's go to future scope of LabVIEW. Yes, LabVIEW is a powerful tool where most of the organizations who are into industrial automation or engineering or research or development of particular product, which uses this software to build prototypes or applications. A lot of startups are actually using this software to build the systems or their complex systems. It reduces the amount of development effort. Also, the use of LabVIEW software is predominant over the ADRs, where hardware products are built based on the programming languages or assembly languages, we can say, at embedded programming languages. The demand for LabVIEW developers will going to increase in current market. Most of the companies are providing solutions in terms of industrial automation and household automation too. To support this movement, the organizations have defined the use of LabVIEW effectively. They are using it very generously, I'm saying. The demand for LabVIEW developers will be predominant even in the coming years. So I will tell you people that if you are trying to learn LabVIEW, then please go please learn LabVIEW in a very better way. It is a very easy language to learn, or it is a very easy tool to learn. It is very as I can say, it is a graphical language, so it is very easy to learn. If you are from electronics or electrical or mechanical background too, then you have if you have interest in embedded systems or processors, microprocessors, you should definitely think to build your career in LabVIEW. So yes. So these are the references from where I got this main points. Industrial users love you all these points. So I will share this PPT after this session if you want, if anyone wants. Then yes. So if you have any problems or any questions, you can raise it now.
Now anyone? Abhay Pawar, Ahmad Lal, Chaitra, please ask.
Anyone has a question?
Anyone?